Hey guys, Tim Wilson UK here, and welcome back to the Golf Club and another real course review. The course we're going to be doing today is the Congressional Country Club. Just to give you a little bit of background, Congressional Country Club is a country club and golf course in Bethesda, Maryland, USA. Congressional opened in 1924, so it's an old course, and its blue course has hosted 5 major championships, including 3 US Opens and a PGA Championship. Founding life members include William H. Taft, Woodrow Wilson, Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge and Herbert Hoover. It is a biennial stop on the PGA Tour with the Quicken Loans National, formerly known as the AT&T, hosted by Tiger Woods until 2020. Now, I have also had a look at the current scorecard because it looks like this course has undergone a complete redesign twice in 1989 and 2010. And I've had a look at the scorecard, and I've got the scorecard in front of me, so it'd be interesting to see how close this is to the real course itself. So let's see if we can find the one we're looking for here. Let's go into Congressional. Don't think I'll need to put Country Club, but let's see what this comes up with. I would imagine there'll be quite a few. Yeah, there is quite a few. 2 pages. Alright, so that one there has had 1200 plays. And that's got an 8.2 rating. That's the Thursday pins. Whoops, what's happened now? Oh, there we go. Let's go back to page number, that is page number 1. I didn't want to play really the Thursday pins. I want to play the Sunday pins, but it looks like these are the tour ones. So is this the same person here that's recreated the course here? I would imagine it is. I'm going to play this one with the Sunday tees. So let's dive straight into this one. Even though it's not handicapped, that's not of any concern to me on this one. Let's just have a look at the yardage and see how close it is. This is the tour one. Now the tour scorecard for me says 7,278. This one says 7,257. I think that's pretty damn close. Alright, 18 holes, it's a 71, which is correct. Let's have a quick look when it gets back. 4 par 3s, 11 par 4s, 3 par 5s. Medium difficulty and fast green speeds. Let's have a quick look at this course. Let's dive straight in. And what I want to say off the back of the last video that I did, because I did give it quite a scathing review, and I was feeling a little guilty afterwards because I hadn't had a look at the course layout or any photos of the course prior to playing. But after I came out of the game and I went and had a look at the course hole by hole on photos, I'm glad I gave it a 5.5 because it wasn't as good as it could have been. And that's the main thing that I'm looking at when I'm doing these reviews, is how accurately is this represented even beyond the holes. And that's what I'm talking about, is beyond the holes. So things like the scenery beyond it, as well as, I mean, if we look at this one, we stand on this tee box, look at the detail that this person has put into this course. And this is what I was saying. Somebody commented and said, you know, if you're a true simmer and you're playing this course, or you're playing that particular course, all you're worried about is the accuracy of the yardage, the elevation. Yes, that's true, but, and I know this is a simulation game and it's not an arcade game, but it has to accurately represent the course. And I say that if you're not going to do it to at least 90% of your potential, or 90% of the potential of the course, do it justice, then don't bother doing it at all. This one, just having a look at this, I mean, this, just take a look at that. I mean, and that's what I'm talking about, is that this person has taken the time and the effort to put all of the things in that are required. Shape the bunkers. Having had a look at the hole overviews, I can see that there is a lot of change in elevation on the fairways. There's a lot of mounds and valleys, and I can see even on this first hole we've got some of that going on here. So the rises behind the, you know, the backstops of the bunkers that we've got there. Alright, let me just concentrate here just a little, just to get this this ball up on the green. So we've got fast green speeds and we've got 9-mile-an-hour winds on the first hole. So that should, with the fast green speeds, that should roll within a few feet, which it has done. Greens are hard, that bounced quite high. Yeah, fastest green speed you can get. You can see top right there, it's got 187 feet. That shows that it's running really fast. We've got 10 feet on this first putt here. Slightly uphill, and I was a little hesitant there because I didn't know how fast they were going to be, but we'll tap that in for a par. So first hole, first impressions, absolutely spot on. Yeah, this one looks good as well. We're playing from the back tees. These are the blue tees, the Tour tees by the looks of it. Let's have a quick look at the scorecard that I've got in front of me here and have a look. This should be a... unless they've changed it. Have they changed it? No, this is pretty much spot on actually. It's a par 3. Hasn't got a stroke index obviously because it's not handicap rated yet. On the scorecard I've got here it says 211 yards. This says 201. That obviously depends on the pin placement. And let's have a quick look. It can't. It could get a little further back. Could get right back in that back right-hand corner. These bunkers look pretty good. It's got this funnel effect that moves into the green. There is one hole I'm particularly looking out for. Is another par 3. It's got a very thin funnel into the green, and I want to see if that has been accurately represented. But we'll see that when we get there. This could be, in fact, I'm pretty sure this is going to be long. It's really difficult to try and get that club distance right. I think I should have taken a 9-iron. I should have taken a 3-iron off the tee there. Just trying. The hard thing with this one is to get this one to stop, because obviously we've got the wind behind us. We've got fast greens. Need to make sure I get it up towards the flag. Could be a bit strong. I need it to stop. Okay, that did stop. Still rolling ever so slightly. And I put a lot of loft on that to try and get it to slow down. 6 feet, I've hit that one just hard enough. That's another par. Alright, we've got a par 4 here now. Let's have a quick look at the flyover. Long sweeping fairway to the left and then slight dogleg at the end to the right. Pins tucked on the right hand side. So I need to make sure I keep this tee shot down the left hand side, which is going to be difficult with that tree there. But let's have a look at the yardage. On the course here it says 444. On my scorecard it says 455, so that's pretty much bang on as well. To that. Need to make sure I land this in a fairway, that's first and foremost. I do have a natural fade, so the wind should help it a little bit. Yeah, that's going to bring it back into the fairway. Not on the left hand side as I wanted to, but it's going to be, it's going to be closer to the right than it is the left, but it's in the fairway. One thing I didn't notice on the screenshots that I was looking at was all this, you can see this bark effect that is under the trees. Now, even though it's not on the photos, I quite like the look of that. It's very Augusta-esque. But again, I don't know whether it's that accurate to the course itself, but I do like the look of it. I think so far so good. Few holes in, I am liking this course a lot. It'll be interesting to see how closely represented they've got the clubhouse. That needs to stop. That's okay, 141 yards. Okay, that didn't quite have enough on it. Wow, and it's rolled quite a lot past the hole. It's going to be a tough putt coming back as well. Ooh, I thought I was going to miss that and have a bogey. It just grabbed it at the last minute. Alright, so 3 pars. We've got a par 4 next. 421 on the scorecard on the game. 421 in the game. Let's have a quick look at the scorecard I've got in front of me. 427, so again, pretty accurate. Didn't have a look at the flyover. Should have had a look at the flyover. I don't think you can do the flyover again. There we go. This is a dog leg to the right. I think it's got that little sort of funnel at the end there. That's a feature of a lot of the holes on this course, is that they really narrow the fairway when it gets up towards the green, flanked with bunkers left and right. It makes rolling the ball up onto the green really difficult. You need to really take it in high. You can see here we've got this really narrow area here, but we've got bunkers left and right. Really deep bunker here. We've got a pop bunker on this side of the green. I need to fly it over this bunker here and try and get it to stop there. So we've got 133, 139. It should roll down to the flag if I can get it to the green. I may have taken a little too much off of it. Nope, that looks okay, but it should come down to the left now. No, it didn't move hardly anything. Did have a lofted club. Need to be careful not to run this too far past the hole. Just get it rolling. Miss the hole. You see what I mean? These fast greens, you've only just got to tap it, and that's gone 6 feet past the hole. Ooh, once again, it just grabs it. I'm really living by the seat of my pants on these putts at the minute. Alright, onto the par 4 5th hole. Let's have a look at the flyover, and I'll have a look on my scorecard just to see what the yardage is. The yardage on my scorecard is 407 yards. .394, so slightly down, but not an awful lot. Not dissimilar to any of the other holes that I've played. Need to be careful I don't run out of fairway here. It's going to come back round to the left. I need to make sure I clear these bunkers, which I have done. That should be okay. It needs to slow down now. I don't think I could have played it an awful lot better than that. 74 yards to the flag. I've got a 10-mile-an-hour wind, so let's take some off of this. It's not travelling that far, so the wind's not going to have that much of an effect on this shot, hopefully. But I need to get it to stop. And I should have played a full shot on there. I think I played a pitch shot, and that was a bad error. Now I need to make sure I get this up and down. That's too far. Lucky I put a lot of loft on that and it managed to bring it back towards the hole. That's another par. This is a solid course. It is. There are opportunities, I just haven't taken them, but 5 pars on the bounce. Right into the meat of this course now, and I am really enjoying it. Visually it's really stunning. It looks really good. The cart paths, I'm not entirely sure whether they go all the way around the course, but they tend to sort of stop there. This hole I'd be interesting to see whether it's accurately represented, and it looks really, really good so far. Yep, they've got this bit down the bottom here. That bit there is absolutely spot on. Alright, so that is really good, and when I get down there I'm going to have a closer look at that, because that was one of the things I was looking out for when I was looking at the photos. It's how the person that builds the course represents and recreates. Ooh, I pulled that shot. This is going to be tough now, this hole. Damn. Right. So I don't think I would have got there in 2 anyway, purely because of the fact that there's that water down the bottom there. Ooh, we've got a lot of rough here. I need to just get this back into play. Right, I need to just make sure I get this on the fairway. 100 yards down the fairway, that would be good enough for me. 50, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, 100 yards. I'm still going to have a long way to the hole here. Yeah, 166 yards, but I've got a fairly long iron. So this is what I was looking at, is all of this kind of stuff here. I mean, just the care and attention that's been taken on this, and all this stuff around the water here. It is really, really good. Yeah, really pleased with the way that's been done. Right, got a tough shot into this green. 163, 160. It's about 160 yards. Let's see if I can bring this in from the left. Even if it's left of the flag, that's fine, because I have hit it a little short. Yeah. Any longer than that and I would have been off the green, so that is going to hold. It's fairly flat. It's going to run all the way around though. Barely touched that. That's going to roll past. Not a lot though. Yeah, I'm pleased with that putt. Not too bad. And I'm happy with a par after really shanking it off the tee. I think we got one of the shortest par 3s on the course now, 172, and this is the one that I was looking at. Look at that narrow entrance to the green. I know that you should be flighting this all the way into the green anyway. What do we got here? See, on the scorecard that I'm looking at here, it's 174, so this is pretty much bang on. And the pin is right in that little bit in the back of the green there, so it looks like we've slightly got a couple of levels here. We've got a hollow down the bottom here, we've got a hollow here, so I need to make sure I run it up this section here and to the flag, preferably on the left hand side. So we've got 175 plus 6, so it's 181. That's bang on the money for the yardage. Let's take a little bit off of this. Because the greens are running really, really fast. That would be better if it was left of the flag. It should stop before it goes off the green because it goes uphill there. And it's just going to stop. That's going to leave me with a horrible downhill putt, I think. Yeah. Now stopping this before it runs off the green is going to be... sorry, not before it runs off the green. Before it runs way past the hole is going to be really, really tough. It's just getting it rolling. You see, I barely hit that. Oh, I don't think I could have done much better than that. That's still rolling. I'm pleased with that. That's a par. So this is a solid front nine. I mean, there's no birdies, but there's also no bogeys on this front nine. And let's jump straight into the 8th hole. It's a 347 yard par 4 on the game. Let's have a look what it is on the actual scorecard. 354, so there or thereabouts again. The yardage has been good so far. Yeah, nice design on the bunkers. Good elevated green. Right, it's a fairly short hole, this one, but where the green narrows up ahead here near these bunkers, it's right in the landing area, so it does penalise those guys that go a little wayward off the tee. I'm hoping the wind's going to help. Yep, it's bringing it back ever so slightly. That's what I wanted. Just to skirt the right hand side of the fairway. There we go, and that's going to bound into the middle of the fairway. And that should leave me a nice little shot. Yeah, 51 yards. Now, it's really difficult to play pitches on these because you really want to pitch this around about where the bunker is and let it run up to the flag. But you can't do it on these because they're just so fast. So I know that's about 66 yards, 87%. We want about 53 yards. So I'm going to come all the way down here and see if I can flight this up. I don't know whether this is going to work, so it could go way past the flag. I'm just hoping it's not going to be short. It's not short. It would be good if it rolled back. Here it comes. A little bit too much spin on that, but that's okay. I don't think I could have played that an awful lot better than that. Another flattish putt. Movement from the right again. Just missed it. See, there are birdie opportunities on this. I'm just me not capitalising. And that's another par. So we finish off the front nine with a huge, a monstrous par 5. It's 582 yards in the game. Let's have a quick look what it is on the scorecard. It's playing on the scorecard at 602 yards. I will hasten to add, I don't know how old this scorecard is, but it is on the website of the designers that redesigned it in 2010. So this is coming up to the clubhouse from one side. I think when you come up to the 18th, you come up from another angle. Quite nice that he's included the putting green on there. You can see that. I'll show you when we get closer to the green. See, this is playing 583 here, where it's 602 on the scorecard, the actual scorecard. This should come back into the middle of the fairway if I don't shank it again. Yep, that should be good enough. It's going to be around about 300 yards, so it's 283. 294, we are not going to get there, and this is a really nice hole because it does force you to come all the way back even more. Let's take a 5-iron. Yeah, let's take this 5-iron and just get it up the fairway. It's going to come back into the middle again. About 200 yards. Yeah, that's going to leave me about bang on 100 yards. Yeah, so you can see there, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit here. You know, this person's really taken the time to make some, you know, putting greens here. That's the care and attention that I was talking about that wasn't included on the last game the last course that I reviewed. Let's see if we can get this nice and close. It's into the wind slightly. Alright, here we go. If this is close, we could have a birdie. I need it to spin back. Oh, it didn't spin back, it stopped. Okay, that's going to leave me a tough putt. Get it running. No, it just hopped over the corner of the hole and now it's ran probably as much the other side. In fact, it's run more. We've now got a 9-foot putt back up the hill. Giving that a bit of a whack. Oh no, it's run over the hole. Okay, so that's a bogey on this hole. I'm now +1, so I've gone through 8 holes. Picked up a bogey on the last hole. Not to worry. First 9 impressions, really good course. Loving the design. I'm loving the way that the bits of attention, you know, the extra little bits of grass and the bunker design and shape and the mounds behind and around the bunkers and on the greens. It's just really, really good. So we've got a par 3 here. The 10th hole, 161 yards in the game. Let's have a look at the scorecard I've got here. Now it's playing a lot longer on the scorecard I've got. It's playing 216 yards. Now there really is no room to go on this one, so I don't know whether this is a slight error in the adjustment, but I also don't know. I'm going to give a little bit of leeway because I don't know which version of the course this person was working off, because obviously I'm working off a scorecard that I'm looking at the on the redesigned website, or on the website of the designers that redesigned the course. So I'm not entirely sure whether it's going to be 100% correct, so I'm not going to be too overly critical on the yardage. Let me just concentrate a little bit here. So we've got 152 with the wind behind. I think we can probably get there with this one. Can we? Let's have a look. Yeah, I think we can get there. Alright, smooth on to this. Hole number 10. Let's see if we can start the back 9 off well. It's going to be too long. That's not going to stop. That's going to roll down into that bunker. Yep. So this is the first bunker shot we're going to have. As much as you don't want to be in the bunkers, you want to see how they play. It's 10 yards, 11 yards, call it 11 yards. Let's put a bit of loft on here just to try and get this out. And that stopped beautifully, okay. Right, solid par to start. It would be good if we could pick up a birdie on the back 9 somewhere along the way. Now, the scorecard is showing this is a 508 yard par 4. On the scorecard I've got 507 yards, so pretty much on the money for this one. It's a long, long par 4 though, so the nice thing is that it is fairly straight away. That creek down the right hand side there is really accurately represented. There are those little bridges all the way along there on the real course. I'm not entirely sure about those little sort of rushes down there on the left hand side of that lake. They look a bit too formally placed, if you know what I mean. They're all in a properly straight line, but that may just be the way the game puts them down when you create the course. But you know, I am really being pedantic there. Right, we've got a really long shot into the green here, 214 yards. I really want to try and roll this up, but I need to make sure I see this red and yellow area. This flag sits in the back right hand corner on a raised plateau, but it also looks like it falls off the back there. No, there's like a little lip back right there, so I want to be landing it around here and letting it run up to the flag, but I don't know whether that's going to be possible. So 211, 213 yards, wind behind. Let's take a lot off of this. See if we can roll it up to the flag. Is that going to slow down? Going to hit that bank. Oh no, is it going to stay on the green? It's going to stay on the green, but it's going to give me a horrible putt. Yeah, look at this putt. It's downhill and it's left to right. It's going to be a really tough putt, this is. Need to make sure I get it there, but I don't want to run past the hole too much. It would be good if it hit the hole. Yes, that's a hell of a putt. So that's a birdie where I didn't expect a birdie. That's probably, I'm going to have a look on the scorecard. That may be, what's the stroke index on this hole? No, it's quite, what's it like? Stroke index 10. So it's not that difficult. Let's jump straight into hole number 12. 416 yards it says in the game, 415 yards on the scorecard, so the yardages are there, most definitely there. We've got a par 4 here. This got a massive dogleg to the left, and the bunker complex around the green is really well represented. And we'll have another closer look at the green when we're playing our approach shot, because I think this is once again a 2-tier green. That's going to run out of fairway, is it? No, not quite. It's going to be in the shadows. 280 yards. And this is what I was talking about. You can see here it all runs away to the right and it runs downhill, so I need to be landing the ball about there, so it runs up and comes around to the flag, around about there. But it's not easy. 138 yards, got 132 club in my hand. It's going to stop fairly smartish, so I need to throw it up there near the hole. See what this does. Should be left of the flag, and it's going to stop fairly quickly. Yes, I'm happy with that. It's downhill and it's only 7 feet, but 3 inches downhill, so there's a lot of drop in a very short distance here. This is literally going to be a tap. I couldn't have hit it any softer, and it's missed, and it's rolling past, and it's going down that hill, and that is almost criminal. Yeah, now it's caught the hill and it's rolling away. Look at that, 30, 35, 30. I couldn't have hit that much softer. 42, 43. That could actually roll off the green. That's 47 feet away. Wow, so that's gone from 7 feet and it hit that slope, and that is terrible. Absolutely awful. Really tough putt. Now I've got a really difficult one. This is 2 feet away now. But, sorry, 40 feet away, 2 feet up. Got to get it back up the hill. Ooh, and I almost got the difficult par on the way back. I'm going to tap that in. That's another bogey. So I've gone, is that birdie bogey? Let's have a look. Yeah, birdie bogey. That is a really difficult putt. I mean, I was within 7 feet and I missed it. So it shows you how difficult and how fast these greens are running. So 160 yard par 3. Let's have a look at this one. On the scorecard I've got, it says 187 yards. So there are discrepancies here and there. I don't know where we're going to pick up the yardage, because they all tend to be slightly shorter than what they are in the game. Now, I need to, having a look at this green, let's get up nice and close. Once again, we've got, it's all flowing downhill here, and then there's a big drop here. Bang! So ideally I want to be landing it here again, so it runs round to the flag. It is uphill, the wind's blowing from left to right, so that's blowing the right way. It's 162, it's pretty much, it is 165 yards, so let's see if I can get this close. Is that wind going to blow it? That's going to be too long. Now the difficult thing is that that's going to give me a, I can probably flop this, but I need it to stop like quickly. It's going to run down to the right, so I've got to allow for some run here. I've overhit it, and this is going to be another tough putt. No, that's another bogey, so that's going to be 2 over par. Wow, this course is brutally tough. Let's see, we've got it's all par 4s and one par 5 running in now. So let's see what we do. Let's have a look at the flyover and then I'll check the yardages. I think this is hole number... what did we just play? Yeah, this is hole number 14. It's playing 454 yards on my scorecard. Another one of these funnel-shaped greens where there's very little space to roll the ball up onto the putting surface. Big bunkers flanking the greens. So, what did I say it was? 454? 453? It says 461 at the top, but the flag is sitting at 453. So that's pretty good. Let's see if we can get this in the middle of the fairway. It's going to be a tough shot into a flag, that's for sure. That should be good enough. Yeah, I'm pleased with that one. That's almost 300 yards. It's going to leave me about 160 to the flag. 156. 163. Ball's going to run in from the right hand side here and it's going to run all the way down here, so I don't really know where to land this. I could bring it in from the left hand side, but I don't want to really be trying smart stuff. In fact, I could do that. Let's see what happens if I do this. That's okay, that could be okay. It's going to be downhill, I think, though. Yeah, stopping this is going to be the problem. Yeah, stopping this is going to be the major problem. Yeah, that's going to roll way past the hole. Need to make sure I pick up a par here. No! God! These greens are so fast. Wow, that's +3. This is brutal, this course. Right, long par 4, 494 yards. On here it's playing 439, so that's where there is a massive difference in yardage. Almost 60 yards difference in yardage on this one. Need to make sure I've got the right hole. I think I have. It's the 15th. And that's a good representation of the green as well. Yeah, 15th, 495. 439 I've got on my scorecard, so there's quite a big difference here, but as I say, because there's been some redesigns, I'm not entirely sure which scorecard or which yardage the creator of the course has used. That should bounce back to the right. Yeah. Still going to be over 200 yards to the flag though, and uphill. And into the wind. This is going to be a difficult one to reach. 206 plus 7 is 213 yards into the wind. I need to just miss that bunker, that's the main thing. It's on. It would be good if it got over that rise, which it has done, and that should run down to the flag. Wow. That has got to be the best shot I've played all day. Let's see if I can pull one of these bogeys back, because the back nine has not been good for me. And that's one shot back. So we're back to +2. The back nine is a lot more colourful than the front nine. I have one par, 2 birdies and 3 bogeys. I've got a par 5 coming up here, so let's see if I can make amends for another one of those bogeys. Let's have a look on the scorecard I've got, see what we've got. 579 yards is what it's showing me. Long par 5, really wide open fairway, probably for the landing area. And then we've got a huge bunker complex down here near the green, all the way down the right hand side, and a massive bunker on the left. And the flag is sitting on a mound by the looks of it. So let's see what we can do. Good thing is we've got the wind behind us, so we can really give this a spank and it will go a long way. I'm hoping for 300 yards plus. Oh, the fairway's slightly uphill there, so it did check up quite a lot. We've got 283, so no chance of getting it there. May actually get it close. Be nice if it ran up towards the green. It's not going to get on the green, that's for sure. Yeah, that's going to run up to the green. That's going to leave me a little flop shot here. That's probably going to be about 20 yards, 22 yards. So if we can get this nice and close, maybe some opportunity here for a birdie. I need to make sure I get this close though. Don't think I've hit that hard enough, or have I? Don't spin back too much, please. Stop. Stop. Wow, that spun back a lot. Still going. Okay, ball's moving both ways, so I'm going to hit this fairly straight. No, I've hit it too hard. Oh no! Oh, come on. And it's going to run down that hill now. 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow. These greens on this back nine are horrific. So this is for bogey. No, that's going to be a double on a par 5, and this was the hole that I wanted to pick up some strokes. So that's a double on this par 5. 435 yard par 4 now on the scorecard, 437. So once again the yardage is pretty bang on. Let's have a look at this hole. Yeah, big dip in the middle of the fairway here. It's a split fairway by the looks of it, so we've got to make sure that we don't run out of fairway on the drive, which I don't think we will do. And the green is 2-tier and the flag is sitting on the top, so I need to make sure, I want to make sure I don't run out of fairway here. So do I drop a club? I think I'm going to drop down to a 3-wood here. Right, 260, so we've got 178 to the flag. Don't want to run too far past, don't want another one of those putts where I miss the hole and end up right down the bottom of that hill. It is another downhill putt though. And that's a birdie, so I've pulled one back on the most sort of unsuspecting of holes. So 3 bogeys, 1 double bogey, 3 birdies in a par. That is unbelievable. I haven't, since the 10th hole I haven't had a par. But let's crack on with the 18th hole, which is the last one of the course. I'm interested to see what this one looks like, because this one was an incredibly picturesque hole when I was looking at the photos. So let's see if it's well represented. It looks pretty good, to be fair. This shot here coming into the green, where the green is nestled down on this little peninsula into this little lake, with the clubhouse in the background, that looks pretty good. That's going to be a tough pin to attack though. We got 466 yards. It's a par 4, 508 here in the game, so a little bit different again. This is where we picked up, there's a couple of holes on this back nine where we picked up a fair amount of yardage because they've been shorter in comparison to the scorecard that I've been looking at, but it's going to be a tough hole to try and hit the green in two unless we get a good roll down this hill. It's rolling down still 298 yards, so we're going to have 220 into the flag on a par 4. Wow. So we've got 13 off of that, so that's 203. This is such a difficult flag to attack. You know what I think I might do? I might just play safe and take a long putt. That may even run out of the back of the green. No, that looks okay actually. Yeah, that is still going to run out the back of the green. Is it? Yeah, just ever so slightly. That looks like it's downhill, but I'm going to try and flop this up to the flag. That's a way to finish the hole. With a birdie, chip-in birdie. Wow. Look at that back nine, that's incredible. 4 birdies, 3 bogeys, a double and a par. Really enjoyed playing that course. I thought it was really accurately represented. And I'm going to give this a solid... there. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10, an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed playing this course, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, remember to smash that like button, leave some comments in the box below. If you want to comment on my reviewing style, the course itself, or recommend any other courses that you'd like to see reviewed. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, please hit the button in the bottom right hand corner, and remember to hit the little bell, oops, I'll get my teeth in. Remember to hit the little bell button. I'll get it right in a minute. Hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button to get notified of any videos, any future videos when they get posted online. But until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye now.